Good evening, people. I'm just going to quickly describe to you the, what an exponential moving average is and what it can be used for and how it differs from just your everyday simple moving averages. So these lines here that I've got set up, these are my exponential moving averages. So basically, in a nutshell, to quickly explain what they all stand for, is each line is a representation of a pre-selected number of time periods. So, for example, if I click on this white line here, it's 8. So here on the 30-minute chart, that line where it is right now is actually representative of the previous 8 candles, periods in time. My second line here is of the same thing, but it's 13. So it's the average price that we've seen over the last 13 time periods. Here, my 21, you get the gist. It's the last 21 times 30-minute time periods. And down the bottom here, which I use as my base, is my 55. And again, you guessed it, that's the last 55 time periods. And you're going to get different results depending on what time period you're in. So here on the 30-minute chart, it will look like this. But if we just have a quick glance over in the 1 minute, if we can not glitch on me. 1 minute, obviously a lot more volatile, but same kind of story. They're all there doing their thing. So let's go back to, we'll look at the maybe 30 minutes, and I'll explain to you how they can be useful to identify potential breakouts and trends and stuff like that. I'm not going to discuss the other tools that I use in conjunction with these too much. I'm just going to simply just stick to the EMAs and why they are handy. So pretty much what you can do is you apply these simple strategies to any coin, any chart. It doesn't matter what you're trading. The the principles pretty much are always going to be the same. So I'm looking here right now on the Bitcoin chart. So let's pick something random, just out of the blue, just like moving my mouse around, and Ripple wins. Okay, if it can load for me. Man, slow. Okay, let's go back in time if it allows me. Yeah, come on now. Okay. So if you look at this closely, you're going to start seeing a pattern, and it's pretty consistent all of the time. Generally, whenever we have a period of time where price action is moving up, we have our shorter period of our 8 on the top, and then we have our 55 at the bottom. And one of the most basic methods to use the your EMAs is the crossover method. So I'll just look at anywhere on the chart, just anywhere. Where's a good spot? We'll go back to the bottom, beginning of the month. Actually, okay. Okay, yeah, I'll go back here. Here's good. I was there already. Okay, so I'm going to zoom in, and I'm going to talk to you about what this means. So here, what you're looking for is a spread in your 4 lines. That means that the averages between them is actually spreading, obviously. And when the white is on the top, it means that the market's going up. when you've got your yellow or whatever, your 55, that's your base, that's your support line. That means that price action is still going up. So that this is like a bullish trend. So forget for a second that you know anything about trading at all, and you just wanted to find a good place to enter a trade and a good place to exit a trade. Knowing nothing at all about crypto, forex, anything at all. So you can use something called the crossover method. The crossover method can be used by using just 2 lines or 3 lines, or but 2 lines will do. But just I'll explain it to you now. Here we see a moment in time where we've got a sideways market. Not much is going on, but then we start to see down the bottom here spikes in volume. And what we also see, if we really zoom in here, is that we have a really prominent crossover where our 55 crosses over with our 8 EMA. So, and then on top of that, we've got spikes in volume, and then we've got a really bullish candle, which has pushed its way. It's actually broken out right through all our 4 EMAs. And then our second candle here is just way out. It's out. And then we've got another candle which is as pretty much as bullish as it can get. So you've got a slight bit of bearish resistance at the top, but it's still a bullish candle. And you know, this is a very good indicator that we are in the start of an uptrend of some kind. For how long? That's yet to be determined. We don't want to see anything overly parabolic, because in any good battle, there's always a bit of struggle. In any sustained uptrend, there's always going to be resistance. So after these 3 healthy spikes in volume and the lifts in price, this bit of resistance here that we've got with this red candle is actually quite healthy, and it's not really something I'd be concerned about. So what a red candle effectively means is that at some point the price started here. So during this 30-minute period, the price started here, exactly at 77 cents, for example, here on Ripple. And then the bears were able to sell it all the way down to at least here at some point. But the bulls, or the people who are buying, like all the green guys, managed to actually get it all the way up to there. So at some point, that was our price. So even though this is a red candle, this is a candle that's showing us that, you know, there was a bit of tug and war going on, and that's a good thing. So going back to our EMAs, so for example, say that I saw the crossover here. I saw this candle, this one here, and then that would have been for me straight away an alarm bell. Okay, let's get involved. But say I missed the boat and I bought in here at 73 cents. Now let's just, ignoring all other indicators, look for the next crossover and see if we'll make a profit or not. No, assuming we know nothing about cryptocurrency. We're just using these lines. That's it. These little squiggles, these silly little squiggles. So if we slide along and we move along, just at pure random, the real first definite crossover is over here at 76. So this is not the greatest example, but still 3 cents is 3 cents. You could obviously use other charting tools and indicators to help you realize that this is the top up here, but nevertheless, this EMA was still able to show you a yield of 3 cents, and that's still not a loss. That's not, you know, that's not a laughing amount. Depends what you're playing with. And now we can highlight the next point in our trend. We start to see here a moment in time where the exact same thing happens, but just in reverse. Our white EMA and our 55 base, crossover here quite solidly. We have a very, very, very bearish candle pushing out. We've got another bearish candle pushing out. We've got a bit of resistance here, but what we can see is the beginning of a downtrend. So again, ignoring all other technical analysis, we're just using just the exponential moving averages. So here, we're going to go from the 76 cents, and we're going to follow it along and just see where it actually we see a solid crossover. And again, back at 71. So just in this short amount of time, we've made 6 cents. So 6 cents, if you were to do this over the 1 day time period, that's more, that's over 10% profit, depending which way you're going. So the EMA crossover method is nothing to be laughed at, and it's a great tool, especially if you catch it in a really great moment. So now let's pick it again. It's never wrong. We have a very, very solid crossover here again at 71 cents. Great amounts of volume, big spikes. Let's see where it takes us. The price action is moving up. We see a really big spread in our 4 indicators moving up. The price is actually moving. I'll check where it is. So we are at 71 something cents roughly. Price is moving up, price is moving up. I'll zoom out actually. Price is moving up, and that brings us to pretty much just about now. So the price has moved up from this point onwards to here. So our crossover period is at 99 cents. So that's 20 cents plus that we've been able to find using just the simple EMA crossover. So let's just have a look how many percent that would have been in that one trade, just as an example. I'll just get another little tool out. So where's our crossover? See, that's a profit of 37%. I'm pretty sure everyone would be happy with 37%. And now, before I start teaching you how to use the other tools, you're always looking to catch the top, but it's hard to do that. But imagine if you were able to get it up around here. That's 60%. What about here? If you actually did catch the top, that's 75%. Okay? That's great profit. So now let's look at any other random coin again. We'll go have a look at Go. Sorry, my phone never stops. So, going back in time. You know what, I'm going to change it to the hour chart. Okay, here's a great example. We have a sideways market. It's actually still an uptrend, but let's just say, for instance, that you, on the 17th of this month, we're just having a look here. Oh, go back. And you saw there was a sideways market, and then you see a crossover. And these candles are not real great, but still, it's just juicy enough for me to have a look at this as a potential trade. We have a crossover. We've got some bullish candles. We've got a bit of resistance, a bit more resistance. I'd be still probably hard pressed to become heavily involved in this scenario here, but we are still starting to see a spread. Things are getting wider here. Where I would probably get involved would be this candle here. This candle basically means to me that the price started here and finished up there. However, during this 1 hour period, the bears did fight and they fought hard and they pushed it all the way down to the bottom of this wick here. However, the bulls prevailed and we have something like a hammer. And it's that is indicative of me, to me rather, of a trend that is just developing, that we're going to start seeing an upwards movement. Lo and behold, the volume delivered, and we see our EMA split. So say here the crossover was actually $10.56, but say we actually got involved. Let's be conservative. We got in at $11, and then we just move along and just follow it until the next crossover, because we don't know how to pick tops yet, right? We just don't know. We're just using our EMAs. Oh, look over here, $17. That's pretty good if you ask me. Up here would have been nice, but $17. So we've made a profit of, just over $7. That's 70%. That is great. Anyone here that is not happy with 70% in one day, I don't know, man. That's good news. So I hope that this made some sense, and yeah, that's me.